Hello! Greetings! Salutations! Hello, friends! What day is it? Is there anything happening today? What's going on? What's happening? Oh, that's right. It's the Bitcoin halving day. Happy Friday to you. Happy Bitcoin halving day to you. Hope you're all having a great day. So excited about the Bitcoin halving happening, and then the price of Bitcoin immediately going to $1 million. That's what's going to happen, right? I'm not wrong, I don't think. I think it's built in. Oh, we got some people in chat. Let me say hello to some folks. Diego, Funny Toro, Rob, Recep, Ukwoba, Victor. Just call you Victor. Nerd Things, Dawn, Laura, A Plus Computer, Burn, Jonathan, 007, FN Viking. Effin' Viking. I like it. Anmol, Dawn. I might have said a few already. Right awareness. Yes, that is certified financial advice. Straight from your friend Andy to you. Steve, Kajal, Cabin, Kolowole, hello from Nigeria. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. I apologize. Hello from Texas in the United States. Doke, Joan, Ank, Friendly Neighborhood Viking. Okay, I like it. Effin' Viking. Hello. Oh yeah, there's a few people I'm missing that are in my main chat. They're just not in my stream chat. Kyle, Crypto MK, John, Patrick, Neo, Bimo. Hello, Bimo. Geek of All Trades, good to see you. Why aren't, Geek of All Trades, why aren't you popping up in the... Oh, there it is. Why didn't... some of these just don't pop up in my little chat that I can click on the screen, like this one. I'm not seeing some of y'all in that one. Well, I got both on screen, so hopefully I won't miss anything. What a day we have here, friends. Just a moment ago, this said the Bitcoin halving was going to happen in 40 minutes. Now it says an hour. So, depends on what the next 8 blocks, how fast they happen. The price of Bitcoin has already gone from 64,000 to 63,000. Ooh, getting spicy. What will happen next? Carl, Alan from the UK, hello to you in the UK. Neo, hello from Zion. Hope you're having a wonderful orgy cave party in Zion. Sam, Walbeck says dumping like crazy. I mean, going from 64 to 48,000, I would say, is dumping like crazy. I don't know about 64 to 63. I mean, I'm sure it might go lower. Anything over like 35 to 40,000, anything above that, I mean, it's incredibly bullish at this stage in the cycle. The fact that we're over 60,000 still, what? If you are watching, which there are a few of you watching, and you haven't hit that like button, do me a solid. do me a favor. Hit that like button for me. I much appreciate it. Doom and Gloom podcast. Love it. Hello. Trevor. Taranth. Zanzibar. I'm half the man I was yesterday. Well, we're all being cut in half today. The thing that sucks about today, you know, I've worked so hard to invest and build up my stack of Bitcoin. It just really sucks that in 1 hour, the amount of Bitcoin I hold is going to be cut in half. I'm going to have half as much. But, you know, them's the rules. Who am I to argue? Yeah, funny Torah's ahead of me. Today is the day Bitcoin's price gets cut in half. That is just as accurate as my last statement. Hello from Switzerland. Hello from Texas. Flow notice. Key links. Key lens. Connor, thanks for smashing that like button. Is this what the Bitcoin halving actually means? I have to sell hobbyists half my miners? I don't like this very much. Solomon, hello. This is a guaranteed investment. I mean, I am assuming it's guaranteed. I've already sent Geek of All Trades several 1 BTCs, and now I'm waiting for several 2 BTCs to be sent back. I haven't received them yet, but I have high hopes he's going to do it. What? Joan, hi to you in Barcelona. I've been to Barcelona. I very much loved Barcelona. I would go back to Barcelona. Send me your Magic Monopoly money printers. Yes. About that, hobbyist. About that. It's in the mail. I love it. Could you make sure that you put those Bitcoins in an envelope and stamp them? Send them to me. What is? Hello from Qatar. Hello. Professional and trades services. You're the professional and trade service. You tell me. What do you think's going to happen directly after? I've been studying the Bitcoin chart for the past month. And right now I am seeing strong, very, very strong signals that the price is either going to go up, or it's going to go down, or it's going to go sideways. I feel very strongly about this. I've been looking at the charts, and I'm convinced that that's going to happen. Good question. What is going to happen next? I don't know. We're going to find out. So far, it's bouncing around this range. I always stream at historical moments. I don't know if I always stream at historical moments, but I'm trying to stream during this one. I'm excited to be here as the halving happens. And you know, if I was to gift crypto to someone, I'm taxed at the time of gifting, but do I have to sell first and transfer, or just transfer the coin over? I mean, you can just send somebody any crypto you want if they have the appropriate wallet and address for it. What you do as far as implications of that, you know, taxing if they're a family member, if it's over the gift threshold, that's all up to you and your discretion. But you shouldn't need to sell it to send it. You can just send it. After having, maybe the wrong miner you're mentioning there. After the halving, miner stocks go high or low. Short term, no idea. Long term, if Bitcoin does what I think and what a lot of other people think it's going to do, I imagine the Bitcoin mining stock prices are all going to go higher. But don't know when that timeline is going to happen. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Will the price go down on a big red candle? It didn't last halving. Last halving, it only went up. It went down before the halving last time. So will that repeat? Second TL, good to see you, my friend. It is a big day. One of the biggest in the land of Orange Coin. I appreciate you being here, Professional and Trade Services. William asked, do I have any final statements about quantum expeditions and what will happen to the Bitcoin mining stocks? Final statements? That's so final. This is the last statement I can ever make about quantum expeditions? I better make it count. I don't know about final statements, William, but my general statement is what I just said about the Bitcoin mining stocks. Now, Quantum Expeditions is going to be very different because they are a private company that is basically a Bitcoin mining startup. So, I think long term, the halving is very good for Quantum Expeditions. I have high hopes that they hit their goals of becoming a $1 billion company in the next 4 to 5 years or so. Hobbyist says, all your studying, Bitcoin price drop last few days, anticipation for the halving or due to the unrest overseas? Probably both. The big 10% drop happened right when the Iran attack occurred and was hitting the news cycles. War typically is short-term, pretty negative thing for the price of risk assets. Long-term, though, because war usually equals money printing, it's bullish for the price of risk assets. But who knows? I assume it's a little bit of both, but definitely some correlation with the war stuff. Grandpa, where were you during the Bitcoin halving? I was streaming live on YouTube, you little rascal. White hair, yeah. This is the second halving I have lived through. The third halving I've experienced the results from. But yeah, isn't that crazy, white hair? Like $8,000, and now, that's why, people talk about it going from 64 to 63 and we're dumping, and I'm like, I guess, I don't know. This all seems pretty surreal and fantastical to me. I'm happy even if we're in the $40,000 range tomorrow. Getting close, Steve. Getting real close. If you are watching live, which, hello, welcome to the stream. The Bitcoin halving is happening, and you haven't hit that like button, do me a solid. Do me a favor. Do me a kindness and click that like button. It costs you nothing. It's as easy as one little click of the button. So easy to do. Anyone can do it. And if you would, I would appreciate it, because that's going to get this in front of more people. Then we have more people here, and that's just good for everybody. We're all having fun. We're watching history be made. Steve Hollywood, 1, great name. 2, I don't know. I know a lot of people use MEXC. I don't do any day trading or leverage crypto trading, so I'm the wrong person to ask, I'm afraid. Yes, send it straight to the moon. I approve of that. Alan, I think this is better than bringing it in the new year. This affects me more, that's for sure. Can we start doing Bitcoin halving resolutions? Can we start doing that? Blue Moon Mining, good to see you. Brandon Blackwell, what's your prediction on playable this run? I don't know. Probably at least 15 cents. I don't have any runes. I don't really know much about runes. But people are certainly hyping them up. Whatever they are. It's BRC20 stuff, isn't it? Hello, Andy. Hello. What's your advice if someone wants to enter the market now? My advice is to decide your own risk tolerance, decide how much money you want to put into the market and put at risk. Once you have an amount, then I would suggest you decide if you think the price is never going to be as low as it is right now, do a lump sum investment, just enter the market. If you think it's probably going to go down today or next week and then go back up again and then go down again, then you might consider taking those chunks of money you plan to invest and doing some dollar cost averaging and breaking it up into 4 investments a month, once a week doing it. That is my suggestion. Yes, please hit that like button. I appreciate it. Imagine being James Pelton selling Snickers bars from a vending machine on a day like this. That's very funny. I like James. James has Bitcoin exposure. He's got, he's going to be doing just fine after today. But I do love that he's also doing vending machines. Hey, vending machines I was intrigued by for a long time. It's an interesting proposition. But I'm quite happy to have Bitcoin miners. Oh, so tender. Why do you like this? Oh, it's just so tender. Just so tender. Andy, hello. Oh, so tender. I have 4 to 5 laptops with not so good graphics. If electricity isn't an issue, what could I mine for the best bang for the buck? I mean, honestly, when it comes to mining, probably not much of anything, unless they have particularly powerful CPUs, and if you don't really care about the laptops, having a lot of wear and tear on them, because mining with GPUs or CPUs in a laptop, not great for it. They're not really meant for that type of sustained load. But if you are going to do that, then you can look at some CPU mineable coins. I still mine Varus coin, for example. There's Raptorium. You can mine Monero, and there's probably a bunch of new ones too that I'm not even thinking about. But really, you should consider maybe doing things that are not so intensive, that you can still use the machines for, like grass. Get grass. What is the... Let me look it up real quick. Get... Here, I'll post my link in the chat. It's a referral link, so I'll get some points or whatever if you sign up with that. But there's no actual money involved with it yet. But you can run that as a browser extension on different machines and earn points. The points, right now, you can actually trade them on Whale Market, I believe. And last I looked, the points are like 0.002 cents per point. And I know that if you run on multiple machines, you can earn enough points, especially if you refer some people, to earn like $100 plus a month in terms of points. So it's a pretty good value proposition right now. That's just if you want to sell the points today. If you want to do what I'm largely doing, which is just accumulating points and waiting for them to do their big, hopefully, do their big airdrop and then get their token, that's another play that could net you even more money. But Oh So Tender, I would recommend looking at stuff like that, kind of D-pin plays, either running some nodes on the laptops or doing some kind of lower impact mining that's not actually mining and not actually like burning out your laptops, unless you just don't care about them and you want to watch them, go up in smoke. I mean, they're not literally going to go up in smoke. It's just not great for laptops to run like that. They're also just not particularly powerful for a lot of those things unless you have really high-end machines. Pac-Man, today I am drinking some ginger tea. So yes, herbal. I love the taste of ginger. I love that bite. Will I cry? Will I cry over what? The answer is, I don't know. Will I cry when it happens? Out of joy? Maybe. Will the tears start flowing? Let's see. Solana prediction? I'm shooting for somewhere between $600 to $1,000 this cycle. We will see. 6 blocks to go, my friends. We are making our way downtown. Right now. Making our way downtown. New Halving resolution list. Enjoy my whiskey and family time even more. I love it, love it, love it. I've got some nice Japanese whiskeys in the kitchen. Maybe I should have been drinking one of those. I also hope my portfolio isn't cut in half tomorrow. If it is I mean, these things are always kind of sell the news things in terms of like a couple of percentage points. I mean, we could see a more substantial correction, but when it comes down, when people talk about it's a sell the news event, I'm like, are you selling on this news? Because I am sure not selling. I don't want to sell at 63,450 and then expect to buy back at 60,000 or 50,000, and either those levels never hit, or if they do, I put a lot at risk for a few percentage points. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Now, if you have smaller amounts, maybe, I don't know. But things like this, I don't know. It's so unpredictable, it's not worth touching my stack for it. I'm pretty far up here. Let me scroll down a little bit. If I missed any important questions, you can just drop them in chat again. Just don't spam your questions. I'll try to answer them. You're talking about like grass, Carl? I share a lot of these. I've shared grass several times in live streams here on the channel, so watch the channel and you'll hear about them. But if you want to hear about them super early, join my community, Sleep Money Club. sleepmoneyclub.com. It's actually zzzmoneyclub.com, but I'll post the link to actually the sign up page. Rob, my first machines took a little longer because they were starting up a new facility at the time. But my last machines that I bought, they went up in like a week and a half. I think right now it's like 2 to 3 weeks, depending on which ones you order, just because demand has gone up. But certain machines they have in stock and it can go up at, like the next day. So I just encourage you to contact them and to ask them what they have available and see what you're interested in and see what the timeline is. They're really good about telling you the timeline. Are we going to see a dump or a pump at the halving? Yes. Matt, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. JR, what's up? JR, I want us all, after the halving, to have what's in your profile picture. A Lamborghini. Dom Tune 89. My current earnings are 2,400 points a day. So you're making $5 a day. So you're making $152 a month. And everybody, this is not about grass. This is about the Bitcoin halving. But since we're talking about it, that link I posted in the chat up above a little bit for grass, that is, you sign up for grass, it's 100% free. And you can earn, if you were to sell your points on Whale Market, you can be like Dom Tune and make $5 a day for free. It's a pretty good value proposition, in my opinion. Kevin, good to see you. Hello to Brazil, Andy. Aunt Lynn, am I an hour behind? The clock already reset. Are you talking about on YouTube? Make sure you have on the player, you have the little live button clicked and it's red. So you're watching me actually live, which if you're watching it delayed, you're only going to find out about this a little bit longer, a little bit later. If that's what you mean, what clock is reset? If you only have to choose one narrative, which one? RWA, DPIN, AI, or gaming? The answer is DPIN, because I'd be cheating, because I feel like that encompasses AI. But really, of all those, AI is going to be one of the strongest performers of this bull run. But also DPIN at the same time, because they're kind of in the same ballpark. Then gaming, then RWA. Bullish on all of them, though. But that's my order. I've done a few, Kyle, but unless you're talking about a very specific project, but if you want videos on how to set up nodes and stuff that are in-depth, I would recommend you check out CryptoJar. He is a friend of the channel, a friend of Sleep Money Club, and he makes tons of great tutorials. You are welcome, Oso Tender. So what you're doing with the grass points is you hop on a Whale Market and you list your points, you list them, but you're basically just making a contract promise that whatever those points convert to, you will give that person who's buying those points the equivalent of whatever that is. And to make that happen, in a smart contract, you lock up the amount of money you're selling them for. They deposit that amount of money, and so do you. The protocol at Whale Market holds that money until the grass points day, release day, and then once you get your token from the airdrop or whatever, you send the appropriate allocation to that person, and you receive the USDT or USDC or whatever. It's kind of a neat way to do it, since they're not actually transactionable yet. I think everything will go up after the halving. It just might be 6 to 12 months after the halving before we see the real fireworks. Man of Leisure says, as soon as the counter hits 0, the market is going to 10x. Load your bags. I think Bitcoin is actually going to go to $1 million in 43 minutes. Lambo or Pinto time? Time and the halving will tell. BMO, hello again. BMO present. Six Gorillion selling 90% of your BTC mining rewards because I really need the cash flow. Yeah, if you need the cash flow, do it. But if you can afford to just pay costs and stuff out of pocket and you can hodl the rest, that will probably bring you the much bigger returns. But I know that not everybody can. RWA coins are way early. Yeah, I think RWA might be a stronger narrative next cycle, but I certainly am holding a few that I think will do well this cycle. It's not, this cycle is definitely going to be AI, DPIN, gaming dominated. in my opinion. Walter, I've looked at it a little bit, but I haven't jumped into it or anything, so it's on my list to deeper dive into. If you had to choose one risky play in crypto for this run for someone to turn $1,000 to 10,000, 10x, or at least try, what would it be? I mean, a 10x, I don't think that's like, I mean, I don't know if y'all heard that. My cat Lucy just came in the room and he's talking to me. I don't think you have to go like super degen, crazy risk profile to do a 10x. But there's certainly lots of things that I already own that I think have that potential, a 10x potential. I mean, one of my biggest bags, I think Flux could potentially do a 10x if the market goes to $5 to $10 trillion in total market cap of all of crypto. Block Square, an RWA token, that's in my top 5 positions. That one could easily do a 10x if everything happens with it. I mean, any of these could also do the opposite and fail and not amount to anything. Chlor can definitely 10x. Neoxa can definitely 10x. Playable can. Storage Chain, that's a new one I've been grabbing some tokens of. That one I think can much more than 10x. Octaspace, I've been adding to my Octaspace position. I've doubled it in the past couple weeks. That one I think, if Octaspace just gets as big as Flux currently is, that's a 10x. Just turn my AC down a little bit. ODB, I did. Look at my channel. I've got one. Didn't they say like second half of the year or third quarter of the year? I can't remember. I don't know. There's another tracker saying it's going to happen in a few seconds. Crypto.com says 52 minutes. Nice Hash says 40 minutes. And of course, Nice Hash is tracking UTC time, so it's going to happen potentially on 420, at least UTC time. But looks like so far Watcher Guru is pretty accurate. I just like this dashboard the best. Soul, where is it right now? 140, 1,400 bucks. Yeah, that could happen. I mean, my bull case for Soul for this cycle is $1,000. But yeah, it could certainly 10x. Just already $63 billion market cap. So I'm not really looking for Solana for a 10x, although I do have a Solana position. Kyle, she already walked back. She came in, she talked to me, and then she walked away. The cat has spoken. Meow degen tokens will get that 10x. I love it. BTC won't make me rich, but BlockX, yes. BlockX is you gambling. And yes, you can potentially become rich from a gamble. Pretty much every altcoin, especially itty bitty tiny market cap ones like that, especially ones like BlockX, as much as I like them, they have yet to, deliver on many of the things they promised. It's ultra risky. So is it wise for someone to go all in or bank all their hopes and dreams on a single thing, even something that I do like and run nodes for, like BlockX? And my answer would be absolutely not. And it also depends on what you define as rich. If Bitcoin erodes some of the global financial markets, becomes a world reserve asset over the next 20, 25 years, it becomes a $1 million to $10 million asset, and you have one of them, I mean, what's rich for you? I don't know. But either way, Bitcoin has proven itself as an incredible hedge against inflation, as an incredible savings vehicle, and as one of the best performing assets of the past decade. But to compare Bitcoin and a coin that was created in the last year, there's no comparison. Again, I like BlockX, but let's be reasonable here. If it's sell the news event, I mean, a few percentage points or maybe up to 10 to 15% if it really gets heated on selling the news. But, you know, I don't know. We've already seen an over 10% correction in the past week. So I'm not sure. Was that the full correction? Was that the halving correction? Or are we in for more? I don't know. It's really tough to say. This is a very different cycle than previous ones. Any thoughts on Streamer? Yeah, I like Streamer a lot, and I'm very happy with the price from where I was first buying it like a year or two ago. So I'm a big fan. I think it has a long way to go up. It can go way higher. The Sleep Money Club Streamer node is making like 40% APY, so I love that. Lucy says, cat with hat. Yes. There's no way to stake Bitcoin. You can only put it on a platform that lets you earn an interest rate because they're like loaning out your Bitcoin. And so far, we've had Celsius and Voyager and HODLNOT, all of these. What's the other one? The other big one that failed. Anyway, it's super risky. I wouldn't recommend doing that with your Bitcoin. But there's no actual way to stake Bitcoin. There's no mechanism on the blockchain for staking in Bitcoin. You have to do something where you take on a risk to get a return on it, unless you're mining. Greater Good Mining, hello, my friend. The Caspa Master himself has joined the stream. Hello. Miria best gaming token. I like Miria. I don't know if I'd call it the best gaming token, but I do have 2 Miria nodes. Jay, when did you allocate to the Sleep Money Club node? If it was a long time ago, you should check it because the previous node we were running isn't doing anything. It's earning nothing. It doesn't work anymore. They've had contract changes, so we had to remake the Sleep Money Club node. Let me post the current link in the chat, just in case you haven't joined it. If you actually want to earn, you need to join the correct Sleep Money Club node operator. Posting in the chat. So, Jay, if you're not delegated to that one, undelegate from the current Sleep Money Club one you're on, and delegate to that one. And then you will earn what's the interest rate right now? The spot, oh, it's at 0. Oh, that contract must have ended. That sponsorship. Okay, well, as soon as this one is over, I will move it over to a new sponsorship. Yeah, there's one paying out 40%. That must have just happened. So, thanks for the heads up, Jay. Nothing like some Liberty and some BTC on 420. I do like it. I like all those things. I served up some steaming hot cups of Liberty last night, in fact. Sign me up. I will buy the Lucy meme coin. It's today, No Name Pro Game. Maybe in 30 minutes. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I was buying Sol at those levels, so I'm quite happy. But you know, I remember Sol below $10 once upon a time. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Oh well. Looks like BBT just went live. He got me into... Oh, Bitsby Trippin'. Yeah, I've watched Bitsby Trippin' before. Yeah, go check out... Go no shame and switching streams if someone... you want to go watch somebody else. I'm happy even if you spend a little bit of time here. Which there are quite a few of you watching. So if you are watching right now and you haven't hit that like button, please hit the like button. There's way more people watching than there are likes. Takes you 1 second, doesn't cost anything. It's so easy. So easy to click the like button. I would appreciate it. Crypto Millionaire, do I think Bitcoin will reach $100,000, six-figure Bitcoin by the end of this year? And my answer is sure. I think there is a lot of forces at play, including what we're watching live right now, the halving, that could absolutely, certainly push it above 100K this year. But we also have a number of factors that could delay that until next year. So I think my answer would be, I think we will see $100,000 Bitcoin either this year or next year. I don't think we have to wait longer than that. If you had $200 to maximize your profit, what would you be buying right now? I mean, with $200, if you want to turn it into something meaningful, you can just gamble it. But really, and I know that I don't want this to sound like a cop-out, but the answer to that question isn't where should I deploy my $200? The answer is how can I get more than $200 to deploy? So when I first started my crypto journey, like 7 years ago, I could barely invest $100 to $200 per month. So at that moment, I was convinced crypto's the future. I got to get into this space. This is gonna, make me rich. It's gonna make me a lot of money. It's gonna build my wealth. This is the future. And once I decided that, I started driving for Uber and Lyft. I started doing like random handyman tasks for people. I started doing like computer support for people, doing photography gigs on the side. I was doing whatever I could to take extra money, and then all that extra money that was no longer $100 to $200, but it was now $500 to $1,000 or more per month, and I started deploying that. So I don't want to just cop out and say, get more money. But really, with $200, you can't maximize your profits without just like gambling a little bit. I mean, all of this is gambling to a degree, but you have to not only gamble it, you have to be really right about the thing you gamble on. And then for it to turn into actually a meaningful amount of money, you have to hold it way longer than you probably should. That's just the reality of dollar amounts like that. Bye, Mike. Thanks for being here. Yes, historic event. Dave, what's up? Blink twice if you could take Pelton in a fight. James can bench press my whole body weight. I mean, he's not working out as much as he used to, but the dude's pretty ripped. I have reach on him. I'm a lot taller than he is, but that's about all I got with Pelton. I don't want to fight Pelton. You don't think BTC is going to rally after the halving? What do you mean by after the halving? Like the day after? Probably not. But 6 to 12 months after? You'd have to be crazy to believe that. This would be the first cycle in 4 halvings that it doesn't rally after the halving. Five blocks left. Potentially 45 minutes remaining. 5 blocks left before we get to block 840,000 and the Bitcoin halving officially happens. Bitcoin is just under $64,000 in price. So thus far, the price has been a big old fat nothing burger today. Just been flat. But who knows what will happen next? Andy, what's the best node to earn with storage devices? Hard drive? Now, if you mean like providing them as a node, as like a storage project, storage chain, but also running a Flux node that has the, you're doing the storage version of the Cumulus node, whatever they call that. I always forget off the top of my head what that one's called. That's a couple of options. If you mean to like mine crypto with hard drive, well then there's always Chia. What's up, Fire Hustle? Good to see you here. Yes. Very exciting times. OPSEC is good, Andy. I'll take your word for it. Oh, immediately after? Yeah, I mean, it doesn't typically rally immediately after. But if we look at the last halving, the price dip was before the halving, and then after the halving, it only went up in price. It wasn't a rally. It didn't go up like 20% the next day, but it did go up like 20% over the next 2 to 3 months post-halving. So I guess it depends on your time frame and what you mean by rally. Did I want to speak to the recent issues with alpha shares and fraction mining, delay in profits, BTC miners having to be relocated, etc.? To be honest, BG, I only know bits and pieces, not just from what I've read in the Discords, but also from what I've heard from other people. I haven't actually spoke to either of the teams directly about it, so I'm in the dark about some of it. But I will say this, generally speaking. Starting a Bitcoin 4 blocks left. Oh boy, getting spicy. Starting a Bitcoin mining operation is not easy. It's super tough prospect, even for people who know what they're doing, even people who've done it before. Every new operation you start up, there's just going to be so many like hurdles at each different location that aren't analogous to the previous thing you set up. So there's that aspect. Yeah, I mean, that's probably one of the biggest ones. But two, I think take a step back and look at the teams and decide for yourself if you think they are scammers or if you think they are actually good folks who are going to try to do the best they can. And from what I know about Fraction and Alpha Shares, you know, Alex at Fraction and the whole team over at Alpha Shares that I've spoken with, they are all people who seem like they want to do good by the communities and stuff, and both have been around in the space for a while. I mean, Alpha Shares has existed since the last market. So my expectation, hope is that they work through these problems, they get the machines back up and running, they get the operations sorted out, and they start paying people again. But the reality is, you know, any of these things can fail. So I don't hope that happens. I don't think that's going to happen, but I also don't know. But that's, you know, why I tell people when I talk about all this stuff, be prepared to lose money you put into anything within crypto, because all this stuff is complicated. But mining is just, operations is just not easy. I don't know if that was a satisfying answer. I mean, I can't really speak specifically because I haven't spoken with them. Holy shoes, you won your gamble. I don't know what your gamble was, but congrats on winning your gamble. Favorite gaming platform and token? I mean, I can tell you, I don't know about favorite, but I can tell you a couple of my biggest ones by size in my portfolio. Neoxa, Playable, as far as platform plays, Playable is definitely up there as a favorite. Neoxa is not really a platform for launching crypto games as much as a platform for enabling existing games to bridge over to the crypto world. What else do I have? Oh, I mean, well, that's not a platform play. Platform play. I mean, I have Myriad nodes. I do like that. I have games for a living. Most of my bigger crypto, aside from the ones I just mentioned, most of my bigger crypto gaming plays are all individual games. Like I've put 30K, I've invested 30K so far into Gunzilla for Off the Grid, that game. Super bullish on that one. Hash rate will probably drop for a little while after post-halving. Bitcoin miner prices, though, might drop post-halving. But traditionally, when Bitcoin's price goes up, miner prices go up as fast as Bitcoin's price. When Bitcoin goes down, miner prices stay roughly the same. If Bitcoin stays down for weeks or months, then miner prices start to correct. Mining machine prices are very fast to go up and very slow to go down. So will that happen the same way this time? No idea. Take that with a grain of salt, but I have not been waiting until after the halving to buy my machines. I've been buying them before. But if there's buying opportunities after, I will probably execute on that as well. I don't know when the Hong Kong ETF approval is happening. I just know that that was in the news cycle recently, and that's probably going to have some positive benefit to the price. I feel like the halving is being priced in earlier this cycle than previous cycles due to people just being smarter. So it'd be really cool to see a rally happen right away. Yeah, I see lots of people who say they talk about the Bitcoin halving's already priced in. And I guess that is true for a very short-term outlook, but like long-term, it's never priced in. Long-term, the effects of what's about to happen in 30-ish minutes or more, 4 blocks, we don't feel the actual effects of what's about to happen, the actual price, and whether it's priced in or not, until 6 months at the earliest, but really 9, 12, or 18 months from now. But yeah, there's certainly more people who are aware of what's happening with the halving, and who are in this world. However, it's still less than 1% of the entire global population who even knows, what the halving is. Like, it's got to be in a fraction of that fraction that can explain the Bitcoin halving. It's so niche still, so early still. Boris, welcome to the party. Binks, hello to you in DC. Maximilian, I don't have any alluvium, but my friend Jesse Eckel is hardcore into that one. He likes that one a lot. $64K before the halving, that was it. That was a joke, of course. Oh. Then yes, your gamble has paid off. Yeah, I've looked at the power law stuff. I don't know. It's just like the stock to flow models and stuff. I'm sure there'll be tweaks to it in the future, so it still proves true. There is nothing that actually can predict to a science what's going to happen next. Other than we know in 4 blocks, there's going to be half as much Bitcoin minted every 10 minutes on average. We know that, but we don't know what the repercussions and the effects of that on the market are going to look at. We can have some guesses, some models, some projections, but basically every model ever made about this stuff is broken. Yes. Just depends on your timeline for wondering. Brandon, you can't. Well, unless you contact them directly and get in like a seed round. In my community Sleep Money Club, we did some private investment rounds. Yes, they all have different ones. Crypto.com still says 8 blocks. Nice Hash says 17 minutes. But they say that they're 9 blocks behind currently. So that doesn't make any sense. I mean, this one actually has current block height listed. So... And according to Mempool, we are in fact on block 839,996. So according to Mempool, which is a pretty cool Bitcoin explorer, you should check it out. It's only 4 blocks away. So it looks like Watcher Guru has the most up-to-date and accurate info. We are only 4 blocks away, my friends. Am I still recommending alpha shares? Well, I've never recommended them. I have talked about them because I like what they have been doing. And whether you want to do the same things I'm doing is up to you. But I never recommend anything because I don't know what the future is going to look like on anything. Do I still have confidence in alpha shares? Yeah, absolutely. Damien, my cat is gone. She walked out of the room. Besides yourself, of course, who are some crypto YouTubers you think everyone should be following? That's a good question. I mean, it depends on what you're looking for. I follow quite a few like mining channels. There's obviously he was in here earlier, the Hobbyist Miner, Greater Good Mining, Red Panda, Hawk Crypto Mining, Second TL Mining. I'm sure there's other people I'm just not top of mind at the moment thinking about. General crypto people. I mean, if you want content that's a little bit similar to mine, Fire Hustle was just in the chat a little while ago. If you want to talk more deep in stuff, Tech Hustler covers a lot of that. DJ Mine's another mining YouTuber. When it comes to like gaming and stuff, Jesus Martinez. Is that his last name, Martinez? Who else do I watch? Who do I watch on the YouTubes? Let me look at my subscriptions list. Who do I subscribe to? My friend Crypto Jar makes great tutorials on nodes and various things. He's live right now. That's cool.
There goes another block. Another block.
Didn't know he does lives. Mining stuff. Oh, Son of a Tech. He's live right now. I've met Son of a Tech in person. Oh, Jesse Eckel. There's a big one. Jesse, I've met several times. He's a friend of mine. I like Jesse a lot. His is much more DeFi focused. Jesse Eckel. For Bitcoin stuff, I like Bitcoin University. Watch some Virtual Bacon. Of course, OG mining channels, Vosscoin as well. So there you go. There's a few that are on my, just that have popped up in my subscribed list. There's so many more. So many more. Two blocks remaining. Oh, baby. Getting real close. Eric, that's what's crazy. ETFs are still buying up Bitcoin like it's going out of style, buying it up as fast as possible, and we're about to be making half as much. Whew, I've missed a lot. Let me scroll down here a little bit. Sorry if I miss some people. Bokiko, hello. 10 minutes to midnight. Hello, my friend. Just in time. Hello, hello. Steven, watch some of my deep in videos. Lots of them are very early that I talk about. Greater Good, thanks for being here. Of course. Happily shout you out, my friend. I have looked at Node AI GPU. I don't have any, though. I don't know very much about it, but yeah, there's lots of those like that. Lots of plays like that. I'm looking at IONet, another one similar to that. No, my Bitcoin will not be touched. I will not sell my Bitcoin and put that money into alts. Alts is totally separate money. I will do the reverse. All my alt positions, I will absolutely sell as close to the peak as I can get this cycle, and I will dump that money into my own bank account to put into just some like boring normal stocks, save money, improve my life, that type of stuff. But a bunch of it will go into stables and into just Bitcoin. I will not be selling any Bitcoin, though. I don't know anything about OPSEC or Blender. I don't own any Render or Injective. Render's doing some cool stuff, though. Dark Miner, my friend. Good to see you. Yes. 2 blocks to go. We are at block 839,998. 2 blocks to go until the Bitcoin halving, and then we're all instant billionaires. Driving Lamborghinis just to go get our groceries. Haha, just kidding. We never leave the house to go get our own groceries. We have a butler who does that for us. Thank you, Bitcoin halving. I appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing. Coach Tim got the champagne on ice. I like it. I like it. Kevin G, ZZZ in the house. Love to see it. Corndog says Paul Barron for general crypto info. I've watched 1 or 2 Paul Barron videos. I'm not really familiar with him, though. Same with Invest Answers. I've watched a couple, but lots of people really highly recommend all these folks. I still subscribe to James, still a fan of James, but he doesn't really do that much crypto content these days. I think most of it's like side hustle or like real world passive income stuff. James is still a friend, though. Any thoughts about the ETH ETF approval of BlackRock? I mean, we'll see how that goes. I feel like that one might have a much bigger uphill battle, and, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see that one this cycle, but I don't know. We'll see. There's just so many more hurdles for ETH than BTC. I agree, Whitehair. I am with you. G-Biz, yo, yo, yo. What do I think of Bitcoin Cash and Ethereum Classic? Lester asks. My answer is I wouldn't touch them with a 50-foot stick. But, you know, other people like them, I guess. Bitcoin Cash, in my opinion, is a failed Bitcoin fork, and there's no reason for it to exist, so I don't really want any. But some people like it, and some people mine it. Ethereum Classic is, you know, we're the original vision of Ethereum, but clearly the price hasn't reflected that. So, I don't know. I don't really have super strong opinions of, you know, I'm not, if you like those things and you think they have a good outlook ahead, then go for them. I don't have much thought. I don't know much about Alex Becker. I don't watch his channel. He's a wild one, I can say that. We've interacted once. I tweeted, can I find the tweet? Probably not. That'll take me too long to find the tweet. We did a drop from like 70 to like 63 or something like a month or two ago. And I posted a picture and I said, you know, everyone's crying about this Bitcoin dip. Just zoom out, and then I circled the dip on the 1-year chart, and it's just like, you can barely even register it. And he did reply, and he said, you know, something about like this upcoming huge crash, and like, let's all, you should, be selling your Bitcoin or something. And I just replied and I said, hey, if I sold all my Bitcoin every time someone thought there was going to be this massive crash, I would have way less Bitcoin than I have today. So we might see a huge crash. I don't know. But I think it's... I won't be selling all my Bitcoin because someone says there's a big crash coming. 1 block remains. This is it. This is it, folks. This is the home stretch. Whew. We're all about to become billionaires, my friends. 1 mother effing block left. Keep it family friendly, folks. Crypto Pride, good to see you, my friend. Tyler, what's the next Bitcoin? Doesn't exist. There will not be another Bitcoin. William, thanks for subscribing. Kanos, thoughts on Caspa? I like it. It's in my top 5. Tim, we're doing this. Strap in, team. We're going to the moon. One block left. One more block left. It's the final countdown. Where's Joe Bluth when you need him? CRF, soon. Like, in less than 10 minutes, probably. I hope everybody's standing in your driveways right now because the Lambo delivery man is going to be there any second now. Prepare yourselves. Yes, the butler is going to be driving an orange Lamborghini. Billions, billions, billions Bitcoin? Yes. Gentlemen, it's been an honor. I'll accept it. I'll accept it. Why not get the McLaren and the Lambo? If we're all going to be billionaires. This was a last minute stream. I wish I had some like party poppers or fireworks or something. I just go with some jazz hands. Block height 839,999. We are on the precipice of a brand new era of Bitcoin, where every single person watching becomes a billionaire instantly the moment this ticks over. An entirely new paradigm in the world of Bitcoin is upon us. This is at watcher.guru, just like you see right there. Watcher.guru /BTC, nope, /Bitcoin-halving. Everyone's trying to get this block. I would not be surprised. What a wild ride, gang. And there it is. Look at that. Bitcoin halving complete. Block number 840,000. 840,000 blocks have passed us by. And now we've gone from 6.25 Bitcoin to only 3.125 Bitcoin roughly every 10 minutes. Oh, and now Watch Your Guru wants me to click their tweet. Congratulations to everybody. If you've been here all bear market, you've been hanging on, you've been sitting through this desert of crypto as we dip below $1 trillion market cap, and you're still here. You have some Bitcoin, you've held on, and you're waiting for this next bull run to happen. Congratulations. You just made history. You just witnessed the first giant step in that direction. The Bitcoin halving is here, my friends. Should we keep streaming until the next one happens in 2028? Never stop streaming? Those of us who are mining, shall we start crying? Because we're making half as much as of right now. So how's it feel, everybody? Feels a little surreal. $63,947 Bitcoin. We're there. Show me the money. Congrats, we are officially halved. Yeah, everybody check your Bitcoin wallets to make sure you still have the full amount, not half as much. History is made. Welcome to the next episode. Fourth, the giant step, actually. True, true. So true. That's the question. How many miners will turn off? What's the price going to do next? What are the miners going to do next? It's all unknown. This feels better than the new year, right? Bitcoin halving complete. Man, crypto.com is all janky. Look at that. We get some little fireworks on Mempool. What's wrong with these janky websites? It's right there in front of us. We're actually at 840,001. The first new block post-halving. Oh, damn. Holy shit. Okay. First block. First block after halving had 4.5 Bitcoin worth of fees attached to it. Holy shit. Look at this one. The halving block had 37 Bitcoin worth of fees. $2.4 million worth of Bitcoin in fees. I don't normally curse on the channel to keep it family friendly, but holy shit. Look at that. Good Lord. Oh, I would just be in heaven if that was on the pool I'm in, but probably not. Man, that is some wild stuff right there. Gotta log into my pool real quick. No chance. No chance it was my pool, but let's see. Doesn't look like it. I wonder which pool hit that one. Damn. If you are mining Bitcoin and you happen to be... Oh, it says right here, via BTC. Oh, man. That's cool. I actually considered switching to via BTC recently. How did I not know it? Oh, duh. It says it right here underneath. Andy's so excited he can't read. Via BTC. Man. Well... If you were on via BTC and you're on that block, congratulations, my friend. That is one wild ass block reward. 40.75 Bitcoin, $2.6 million to block number 840,000. That's crazy. Well, wish I was on that one. Wish I was on that one. That's some wild, wild ass shit. Yeah, I'm just a little slow here, Apex. Just a little too excited and can't quite see everything. Wild, wild stuff. Man, congrats to you if you were on via BTC. I wonder if they are, let's see here. Seeing if I can find their Twitter. No, they haven't posted anything about it. Yep. That is crazy. So, I mean, this is if you've watched my channel for a while now, you know that old Andy here is ultra bullish on fees over the next 1.5 to 2 years. I think if things heat up as much as we all think they might, that you could stand to actually make more Bitcoin with your machines after the halving than you were before. If we just load these blocks up with a bunch of crazy things going on and whatever, ordinals and BRC20 and inscription madness and whatever, plus people are just transacting and sending it back and forth like crazy, it's pandemonium, we can easily see big ol' subsidies added to the blocks. That is crazy. Yes, in 112 or 116 years or whenever blocks are all finished being mined, miners are just going to eat on fees, for sure. Wow. Another one. Block number 840,002 had 7 BTC in subsidies. That's crazy. That is wild stuff. That's an extra $450,000 just in fees. Wild, wild, wild. Bitcoin to save the world. Yes, indeed. Yeah. If we continue this madness and things really, truly heat up, it's going to be one profitable time. So yeah, I hope that they share that with everybody who contributed to that. Keith, next time I go live, if they've updated by then, let us know in the chat how that works out for you. Maybe some people mining the via BTC are getting a Lamborghini today. That's craziness. Crazy, crazy. I just can't get over that. 37.6 Bitcoin in fees. Wow. 1,000 sats per VB for high priority. Yeah, that's crazy. Future Today, thank you for being here. Thanks for sharing this moment with me. Floods couldn't kill the buzz in Dubai. Yeah. Hopefully all the people at token 2049 didn't get too wet. Where do the coins for fees come from? Obviously the 21 million, but do they reduce the year 20? No. So Brooke, the daily minted amount, which is now 450 Bitcoins per day, which is 3.125 Bitcoins roughly every 10 minutes. That never changes. It just goes down systematically every roughly 4 years during each halving. That doesn't change. The fees are paid for by you and me as we send things. So if I send you 1 Bitcoin, I'm going to spend a little bit of money of my own Bitcoin to send that Bitcoin to you as a fee. Just like on Ethereum, you pay Ethereum gas fees. When you send the coin, transacting the coin on the blockchain, you have to pay a fee out of your own pocket. And then that goes to the miners. And people right now who are minting ordinals and inscriptions and BRC20 madness, they have to pay fees to mint those things, to send those things, to transact in those things. And all those fees that they pay out of their own pockets when they mint and do whatever goes out to the miners. So that's what it comes from. It doesn't diminish future, it doesn't increase the total supply. It's paid for by people transacting. Let me know if that didn't make sense. I think Riot and the other Bitcoin mining, publicly traded Bitcoin mining stocks, it's really dependent on the price of Bitcoin and people's outlook on their current fundamentals and profitability, etc. So next 2 weeks, I would imagine they might have some movement. I don't know. I think long term, though, later this year, they will probably have positive price movement. Bitcoin dogs scam? I don't think it. I don't. Why do you think it's a scam? I don't think so. Aren't they still operating and everything? I got 2 miners from Musk. Congratulations. If I can get 0.5 Bitcoin in 4 years after 25 years and power laws like 10 million if I play the power bills repairs look at long term. Yeah, what would that 10 million, so that'd be a $20 million Bitcoin? Is that what you mean? That's very bullish in 25 years, but hey, we'll see how much of the markets it eats up. Which Bitcoin Lightning wallet would you recommend? I've used Strike, but I've also used Wallet of Satoshi. I don't know what everybody currently recommends is the best, though. I don't use Lightning that often. I don't know what's making these fees so high. I'm guessing, yeah, part of it is the inscriptions stuff. I would imagine that's part of it. But people are also probably moving coins and stuff right now too, speculating on what's going to happen next with the price. Which we're still at 64,000. Still here at the moment. My thoughts on nuclear-powered Bitcoin mining? I like all those words. That's my thoughts. I like those words a lot. What website? Watcher.guru. Right here. Watcher.guru /Bitcoin-halving. Bitcoin dogs will drop to people who hold runestone. I don't have a runestone, but I threw some money at Bitcoin dogs. I still don't really know what runestones are. What do you think? Why people still, after 15 years, have very low knowledge of Bitcoin? The internet was invented and starting to be built in the 1960s. By the 1970s and even 1980s, most people on the planet had no idea the internet existed. Even through the 1980s into the 1990s, only a fraction of the population of the planet understood it. It's only now in modern times that we've truly seen the implications of this, 60 years later. Look at all technologies that are total game and paradigm, game changers and paradigm shifts on our planet. They take decades and decades and decades before they really work their way into the general populace. So completely remaking our entire financial system, no surprise that it's only 15 years in, we don't have tons and tons of traction with most people yet. So early. People think they're late to Bitcoin, and I'm like, you just don't understand what you're talking about. Like where we are in all this. 15 years is but a drop in the hat. It's like nothing. I don't have any ICP. These higher fees mean that if you are a miner and you're on the pool, the mining pool, that hits a big block with a lot of fees, you get paid way more Bitcoin. So the way it should work is, because Via BTC mined this block, if they're fair, unless they do something shady or they're not very fair, they should disperse all 37.6 extra Bitcoin, well, you know, in total 40.7 Bitcoin, proportionally to all the miners who were on their pool at the time who contributed to solving that block. So, I mean, what is that difference? That is to 40.7, 40.75. So for that payout, if you were on Via BTC, you should receive 1,204% higher payout than you would have previously post-halving. Not a bad payday, my friends. I am quite curious too. Will we be in the hundreds of thousands of dollars at that point? Flow TV doesn't agree. Okay. Y'all are all jumping on these runes. Rune stones. Wanting to get these ordinal things. Oh yeah, let's look at 3. Block 3. God. 16 BTC worth of fees. Good lord. That is wild. Should I switch from NiceHash to one of these pools on the screen to get the fees? Yeah, if you want to get the fees and stuff, you need to be on a mining pool that hits a block that has a lot of fees on it. Most likely what you're doing with NiceHash is you're just offering up your SHA-256 on your machines. People are mining Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, other things with your hash rate, and then you get paid out the equivalent in Bitcoin. So you're not actually getting the blocks. Now, NiceHash does have just a straight up Bitcoin pool, I believe. So, yes, if you want this action, you need to get on these pools. This transaction on the halving block paid out over 165 times the fees. $33,000 sats per VB. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, inscription, op return. 165 times. That's some wild stuff. That's some wild stuff. P-Wavy, any pool pays out these fees as long as that pool is one that hits a block that has all the fees on it. A lot of people on Musk Miners, I mean, you can be on whatever pool you want, but like I'm on Lincoin, which has hit some big blocks in the past. Unfortunately, I'm on none of these blocks right here, so I'm not getting any of this action. I've actually thought about trying out Via BTC like last week. Whoops, Andy. Wow is right, Eric. My alt bags are open to catch the ones that fall. Godspeed. Let's see here. Does this show charts? Oh yeah. We're still down on the difficulty from. Oh wait, no. Let me. How do I? Okay, here we go. Yeah, we're at all-time high on difficulty. Hash rate is at all-time high right now. Yeah. We're currently at all-time high hash rate. We are at 642. What is EH? Exahash? Exahash. Duh. Andy, come on. Exahash. I didn't actually need Google for that. I started typing it in and it just hit me. But I was going to look it up because I did forget. Exahash. Yeah, so what comes after exahash? We cross 1,000 exahash. What is after exahash? Zettahash, which is 1 sextillion hashes per second. We are currently at 1 quintillion hashes per. Well, we're at 0.64 quintillion hashes per second. Oh no, that 1 exahash is 1 quintillion. Okay, so sorry, we're at 0.64 sextillion hashes per second. We're at 0.64 zettahash. Because it would be 1,000 exahash is 1 zettahash, correct? Am I off by some factors here? Still hovering around 64,000. S21. Maybe not the better miner, but definitely the better Bitcoin miner. Fees keep going up. Has there been another? Can I go back? Yeah, I want to see block number 4 after the halving. Oh, and speak. It heard me. Wow. 24. Good Lord. I wish I was on these pools. 24 Bitcoin in fees. Man, that is crazy. Crazy. Come on, Lincoin. I believe in you. Hit one of these fat blocks. You can do it. Thank you, thank you. Gotta rep the orange coin. Yes. Yes, my brain definitely farted just then. People are saying it was a solo mining. Oh my God, can you imagine? Could you imagine solo mining that block? Yeah, they still haven't tweeted anything on the Via BTC Twitter account. Could you imagine solo mining that? Solo mining $2.6 million. If I solo mine $2.6 million, I wouldn't tell anybody, but there would be signs. I don't know. No idea. No idea why more people aren't buying than there are selling right now, and why the price is sideways. I mean, looking last cycle 4 years ago in 2020 when the that halving happened, the price did It stayed relatively close to being the same for a few days. It did slowly go up, but there wasn't any big dramatic change directly after the halving last time. The correction last time happened before the halving, which did happen this time. Will there be another correction? I don't know. Wow, I can't believe these. Ugh. These are crazy. Come on, Lincoin. Come on. Daddy wants a new Lamborghini. EB, welcome. It is halved. We are 4 blocks after the halving right now. We have been halved. Halved, halved, halved. Wild, wild stuff. Yeah, I can't. That's crazy. Let me zoom in a little bit in case people can't see that on the screen. So, I mean, solo mining basically means you're just mining without a mining pool. You could be solo mining with like 300 miners. You could have your own Bitcoin mining operation and be solo mining in that you're not on Antpool or Foundry or via BTC or any of these. You could be, in any other pool or whatever, but you could just be mining on your own. Or it means you could have one single machine just mining Bitcoin itself. The smaller your hash rate as you solo mine, the exponentially more unlikely it is that you're going to hit a block. But some people still do, the little bitty USB miners and other things, or just a single S19 and solo mine as like a lottery thing. They just pay the electricity out of pocket in hopes that one day they magically hit a block. Very, very unlikely. However, in the past 15 years of Bitcoin, there have been some single S19s that hit an entire block and make 6 Bitcoin. That one machine made 6 Bitcoin when it hit. Previous cycle, I remember there's a few cases where people with S9s hit a single block and got 12.5 Bitcoin. So it does happen. It's just extremely rare. Yes, just at the earliest, I would say CRF. At the earliest 6 months from now is when we start seeing the price increase. Traditionally, we don't see the real action until probably closer to a year later. Jersey Jedi is solo mining. Love it. Yeah, I guess we'll see if that has any impact on the price or not. ETH could be BTC killer. I don't see it. I do not think ETH flipping Bitcoin will ever be a thing. But there's lots of people who disagree with me. Ruben, thanks for being here. I agree, Eric. I mean, even if you look, Jaw, at the ETF effect, really the price started moving months before the ETF. Usually, these price movements are not immediate. There's occasionally times where there is immediate price action, but most of the time it takes longer than just a moment or a day or whatever. So I wouldn't be too disappointed that there's not immediate price action, but we might. I could be totally off, and we could see this thing dip 10% in 20 minutes. That has happened before. That can happen. You ever paid gas fees? ETH sucks. ETH has a lot going for it. It is not the Bitcoin killer, though. I mentioned this a little bit earlier, Garrison, but price of miners goes up very, very quickly and down very, very slowly. So price, Bitcoin, if Bitcoin were to go from 63,000 to 85,000 over the next couple months, Bitcoin miner prices will also go up. Or if these blocks keep happening, Bitcoin miner prices will go up rapidly. But if this stops happening, or Bitcoin's price does go down, the miner prices will not go down immediately. It needs to have weeks or months of sideways or down price action for Bitcoin miner prices to also go down. And I'm not talking about publicly traded Bitcoin mining stocks, which people call Bitcoin miners for some reason. I'm talking about actual Bitcoin miners, machines. So yeah, it's correlated on the way up, but not the way down, unfortunately. That's up to you, Nugget. What do you think's going to happen next with Bitcoin? Do you think in 6 months to 12 months it's going to be a lot higher in price than it is today? If so, maybe buy some. If you don't, then wait. But I won't be waiting. I buy and mine constantly. Thanks for the content, Uncle Andy. I am an uncle. You are welcome. Glad you're here. I am buying only S21s now. I have not bought any more S19K Pros. Only S21s and probably, maybe some S21 Pros. 234 terahash. We'll see. But I also have 25 machines, so I'm fairly happy with my machines at the moment. You don't think the clearing of OTC desks and centralized exchange Bitcoin holdings will have an impact on making the supply impact take hold sooner? I mean, the idea that the OTC desk and the centralized exchanges are running out of Bitcoin is a bit overblown, in my opinion. Doesn't seem like the data actually says that that's happening. There's still lots of people who hold Bitcoin and are willing to send it to OTC desks or to exchanges and part ways with it at these price levels. However, these effects will certainly start taking these transitions like this will certainly start taking effect on the market. Now, we just probably still won't feel those effects until a while later. These market forces are just so big and slow. But I don't know if there's suddenly a huge, upwards trend in demand or something that might be different. But it tends to lag. Ruby Red, don't sweat it. I've got 1,000 stories like that. I mean, I've been through a few cycles now, and a couple cycles ago, I remember watching ETH hit $1,300 all-time high. We all thought that was absolutely obscene. And then in the following bear market, I remember watching it drop below $100. I remember seeing $92 Ethereum and going, man, this seems like a good buying opportunity. And I had money on the sideline, but I'm like, oh, I'll wait and see. I'm scary to buy things right now. Whoops. I mean, I've got 100 different stories. I remember when BNB was like $3. Shoulda, woulda, couldas are plentiful, and they don't really matter because crypto is beautiful, and that there's thousands of opportunities. For every one of those we missed, there's probably literally 1,000 more in the future that we could do the same thing. If you click ahead to the blocks to the left, it says the fees there and looks like they go back down to 3 BTC. Do you think that's accurate or just a guess? This next block here shows that the total fees are currently 24 Bitcoin. The one after that's 15 Bitcoin. The one after that's 10.5. God, I really want to hit one of these blocks. Please, Lincoin, I beg you. Hit one of these blocks. It's crazy. I mean, you go pretty far out and they are 3, but they just, the closer they get to actually propagating on the network, the higher the fees are going right now. What are we at? We're at an hour and 40. Well, I almost been on for 2 hours. I'll probably stay on for another 10 minutes or so and then move on. Space Design Warehouse in the house. Hello, Andy. Hello, Nicholas. Did it happen? Yes. Did you miss it? Yes. I'm on a layover in Newark on my way to Philly. ASIC miner value still says $22 a day on an S21. Nicholas, I hope you're ready for this. The Bitcoin halving block. Block 840,000. Total fees 37.6 Bitcoin. So whoever mined this one, if it was solo mined on VIA BTC or if it was the entire VIA BTC pool, they made 40.75 Bitcoin on one single block. $2.6 million. Can I get a holy shit? Holy shit. The most recent one, the fourth block, post-halving, 840,004. Subsidy plus fees, 27 Bitcoin, Nicholas. We're in a crazy world right now. And I'm so sad that I'm not on any of those pools at the moment. You know, you can only have so much foresight into so much of the stuff. You know, I've definitely had some really good foresight about Bitcoin in general and having Bitcoin, about mining machines, and hopefully about the profitability of them in the future. Hopefully about being able to flip them and arbitrage them and stuff. I've definitely had foresight into that fees would play a big role in this, post-halving world. I did not have the foresight to go, maybe I should be on one of the top 3 pools as the halving happens because of all this stuff going on right now. So, you win some, you lose some, you miss some, no big deal. There's the S21 Pro, P-Wavy, but there's absolutely certainly going to be bigger miners. That's just the name of the game. Bigger miners keep coming out. Is the S19 miner still worth it now? Well, as of right now, yes. You're going to be making a shit ton of money still. It's probably worth it for flipping it in the future for a profit. Once things settle down, though, post-halving, will it be worth it? Depends on your electric rate and what the hash rate is and what the price of Bitcoin is. Could be. So many factors. Are you on Brains Pool, Jersey? You hit one back here, Brains Pool. With 7.6, that's still almost 500 Gs. 500,000 Gs. Do you believe we will see a sell the news event now before we can go higher? Maybe. We're still in the $63,000 to $64,000 range. I don't know. I would not personally be trying to trade on that expectation. Seems too risky. Thanks for taking the time to explain all my newbie questions, Andy. Oh, no problem. I don't think they're that newbie. Everybody had, there's lots of ins and outs to all this stuff. So there's a lot to take in. What app? This is mempool.space. I like mempool.space as a Bitcoin explorer. Thoughts on Litecoin? I don't really have any thoughts. I don't really know what its purpose is in life. I don't really see any point in owning any. I don't have any. I know there's lots of miners who are huge on Litecoin and love it and aren't thrilled that I'd say something like that, but I don't know. Don't know. Yes, my friend. Big stuff. Holy Shoes, thanks for hanging out. Good night to you. 3:46 a.m. Well, thanks for staying awake and witnessing history. If you were to solo mine on a VPS, like on a VPS CPU, I would say it's next to impossible to solo mine any Bitcoin. And most likely the VPS is going to flag your account for having like 100% CPU utilization the whole time. I have 1 Bitcoin. Should I keep it or sell it? If you're serious, then you should do whatever you want to do with your money because it's your money. But I think the key question is asking yourself, do I think the price of Bitcoin will be higher or lower in the future? If the answer is you think it will be lower, well then, yeah, I guess you could sell it. If you think it's going to be higher, then maybe you shouldn't sell it. It of course depends on your time frame around that. Now, if we're talking next week, that's like a total gamble. You're just in a casino. If you're talking about the next year, that one you can see a little bit more clearly, and I think you'd have to be kind of crazy to not think the price would be a lot higher than it currently is in a year. But we'll see. But, you know, it's your money. You do whatever you want. Making passive income by providing liquidity pools. I think it's a cool idea. I don't currently do it, but cool idea. Lincoin is going to hit one soon. I have faith. I like this. 6 Grillion. I like the faith. Sign me up for it. The next Bitcoin block, which is going to be block number 840,005, is currently sitting at 27.9 Bitcoin, or $1.776 million. It's a very patriotic dollar amount. On Binance pool, I haven't looked at their pool, so I don't have any thoughts on it, unfortunately. I don't really have much thoughts on BRC20, other than I like the fees that it brings to miners. Now, whether it's actually good for Bitcoin in the future, I think is a debatable point, but as of for right now, it's a very profitable point. Andrew, are you late? Yes. Did it happen? Yes. But glad you're here. We are currently at block 840,004. The Bitcoin halving has happened. And boy, has it been a fireworks show so far. If you were the block that the actual halving block of 840,000, if you were on that block, you enjoyed 40.75 Bitcoin, and that's the 3.125 Bitcoin block reward plus 37.6 Bitcoin in fees. Crazy. Came across your mining videos like 3 months ago, and they've helped me a ton to get started. I live in Paraguay and running S21s in my kitchen. Oh, awesome. Thanks for watching, and rock on using the S21s. I don't know if you're using AC Infinity fans and some shrouds, but you might consider that if the noise is driving you crazy. Yeah, Eric, I want to see block number 5 post having happen. It's just taking forever. That's why, you know, people say 1 block every 10 minutes. I'm like, yes, on average. Some blocks can take an hour. Some blocks happen in 30 seconds. So, you know, we'll see. How do nodes work? Nodes are just computers that run software for a specific crypto project that does something for that crypto project that helps the network in some way, helps support the network, adds some utility to the network. You usually lock up a certain number of coins to run that node, and for doing that service, you get paid a reward. Do they need any hardware? Real nodes do, yes. What about Node Orbit? They provide the hardware. Node Orbit is my go-to node hosting website. Does that make sense? Congrats to all of us on this momentous occasion. Yes, I think I will see block number 5 post-halving happen, and then I will call this live stream complete. 5 is a nice number to end on. Well, I might eat those words. It might take an hour. Hopefully not. I know, right? I want to see this this block reward. Oh, this is super cool. Have you shared that online anywhere, on Twitter or something? I'd love to see it. I'd like to speak to a manager. Bitcoin isn't $1 million right now. It's supposed to be very, very soon. We should be there any moment now. We're just on the cusp of it, Jordan. I don't know about the devs, but I might get on the phone with the Bitcoin CEO and tell him to get on that. Inching closer to 30. Come on. 29.11. This is going to be a $2 million block. Come on, Lincoin. It'll be worth the hour wait when Lincoin hits. For those that don't know, I have my miners on Lincoin mining pool. And so I'm desperately hoping that one of these blocks goes to my mining pool. Yeah, can any of you get Satoshi on the horn? Dial him up. Dial her up. Dial the group of people up. Dial the artificial intelligence that goes by Satoshi up. Please. This is crazy. You don't want to be sending Bitcoin right now. It's going to cost you some money. The median fee right now is $250 for this block. Yeah, some people poo-poo on the idea of being profitable, being a Bitcoin miner in a post-halving world, but I'm like, you just need to be more imaginative. You just need to think bigger. How big? Well, 30 Bitcoin big, apparently. If these fees are going to be the new normal, I'm going to have to rethink my mining strategy. Might be time to scale more after all. I fully expect these to not be the new normal. Maybe this lasts for a couple weeks. When ordinals were popping off like a year or so ago, maybe not even that, maybe like 9 months ago, when we were still in the bear market technically, you know, profitability for being a Bitcoin miner effectively doubled overnight, and that lasted about 2 weeks. So, you know, if there's a lot of craze going on, this could last a few weeks or a few days or an hour. We don't know. But my expectation is, and one of my big theses for 2024, 2025, for being a Bitcoin miner and why I'm so bullish on it is because I think maybe not this extreme, but I mean, this is certainly within the realm of possibility in the future. I think seeing fees in the neighborhood of 6 to 10 additional Bitcoin per block could be the new normal for months at a time. If the ETFs continue their demand, if retail comes in, if there's pandemonium, if we see $5 to $10 trillion of market cap for all of crypto, people are sending and receiving Bitcoin constantly, absolutely. Which is why I said multiple times on multiple channels, on multiple streams and multiple videos that, you know, I might seem like a crazy person, but I think you can actually make more Bitcoin after the halving than you could before, simply because of all the bullish things happening on the Bitcoin narrative. But we'll see what actually happens. I don't know. I would love to be right about that because, you know, clearly quite a few of you in the chat are miners, and as miners, we would win. No name pro game. What makes fees go up? More usage. So right now, like you see here back on the halving block, there were 3,500 transactions, and this last block that came through, there was 5,300 transactions. So the more transactions you try to shove into the block, and then once the block becomes close to, you know, filling up or whatever, the fees get more and more crazy. And as more transactions pile on, the fees get higher and higher, and so people keep paying those fees. And that's what makes all the fees across the board go. It scales with demand effectively. And so you know, right now, you're spending median fee of $257 to send Bitcoin, and there it is. Come on, click. Block. Wow, Ant Pool is on a roll. This is the third Ant Pool block in a row. Man, they just hit a block of 32.95 Bitcoin. $2.1 million if we round up. Total fees were 29.821 Bitcoin. Insanity. So yeah, what makes the fees go up? Demand. I mean, the best in terms of like efficiency right now is one of the S21 machines, probably. But it depends on how you define best. So many possibilities, I can't wait to see where we all go. I agree. I live in an apartment building and I have no outside space, so I can't mine. It's way too noisy. Wrong. You might not be able to mine where you are, but you could be mining. You just might have to go with a host, which is what I've done. Huge fan of Musk miners. Really love Musk miners. That's where my machines are. But you absolutely can mine. You just have to have them somewhere else. Yeah, I am jealous of the ant pool currently. Although of any pool that might not actually share their fees with all the people proportional to how much hash rate they have on the pool, it might be ant pool. One of the shadiest. Do I think ETH ETFs will be approved or declined? No idea, but I think ETH has far more hurdles to jump over than Bitcoin did for getting a ETF approved. But you know, BlackRock is a powerful source. You messaged me a video of your silent box miner on Discord. Awesome. Tom Crown in the house. Happy having day to you. We're just here looking at these stupid fat blocks where people, the pools mining these blocks are making $2 million because everybody is going apeshit right now, sending and receiving Bitcoin. What a time to be alive. Curious what happens after all the Bitcoin is mined. That will happen in over 100 years from now. What compensates the miners? High fees? Yes. Fees will be the sustaining force of the Bitcoin network at that point. Does this stall Bitcoin trading if fees go too high? I don't think so, because in this world in the future where, 100 years from now, if the Bitcoin experiment has played out and it's worked and Bitcoin has changed and revolutionized our world's economies as we know it, and it's something like a world reserve asset, if that were to happen, if that crazy crackpot theory works out, then you just have to compete with something like gold, where you're only going to do a handful of transactions a day as a settlement layer, or when you're moving wealth from place to place, most likely most of the main day-to-day transactions will happen on a layer above the main chain. But it's all theory. We don't know. It could all just not be it could be a failed experiment. Who knows? I don't think so, but who knows? What are the fees so far you've seen in Lincoin? Well, according to Mempool, we haven't seen Lincoin hit any blocks yet, so it would be the same as it has been. It's going to wait till we have to wait to see Lincoin actually hit a block before we know what the first round of fees will be for those of us on Lincoin. I'm rooting for us, though. Carl, I can speak to Solana. I think 650 is a pretty fair target. I would not be surprised to see $1,000 Solana. Brett, Bonk, and Sheeb, sure. I don't really follow any of those, unfortunately. Let's go one more block, please. If it happens in the next couple minutes, then yes, Mark. I feel with inflation going on right now and we are in a war, everything is going to explode on crypto, including gold and silver is going to survive all of this. Are you saying, Alexander, that you think crypto is going to explode in a bad way or a good way? I would say that inflation is certainly a force that erodes trust in fiat, as it should. And people will look for alternative places to save their money. And Bitcoin is one of the best savings vehicles ever invented. So if that's what you're asking, I do think war and inflation and other things increase confidence in these types of assets. Certainly into gold. There's already 21 Bitcoin on block 6. Let's take a look. Yes, block 6 post-halving has 22.91 Bitcoin in total fees stacked on it at this moment. God, I love this. I would love it more if my pool would hit one of these. Eric, thanks for being here. Appreciate the insights. What do I think the outlook for mining is over 30 years? I mean, if the things that I think were going to happen with Bitcoin happen, then I'm very bullish on Bitcoin mining long term. Surely, technically, all the Bitcoin cannot be mined because you can have something infinitely. No. Six Gorilla says it can't have infinitely. It just has down to one sat and then it stops, if I remember correctly. Yes, I believe that is correct. Because one Bitcoin is 100 million Satoshis, which is the smallest unit of the overall coin. So there is a finite amount of, I mean, I guess with software and on some exchanges, they do portions of Satoshis, but that's not actually officially supported on-chain. Action Crypto in the house. Hello, my friend. Good to see you. You're rooting for me? Oh, for my pool hitting a block? Thank you. I need all the luck I can get right now. Kelvin, I'm a beginner from Kenya. Bought my first $10 of Bitcoin yesterday. One advice, please, and what should my $10 expect after halving? That depends on what your timeline is here, Kelvin. It depends on what you think price happens. My base case, meaning hang on one second. I want to see this. Block number 6 just rolled in. 23 Bitcoin in total fees for a total subsidy plus fees of 26.28 Bitcoin or $1.688 million went to poolin. Well, nice to see a non-ant pool roll in. Not nice, though, to see not Lincoin there. So, Kelvin, my base case, meaning my low kind of expectation for this cycle, meaning over the next 12 to 24 months, is $100,000 to $150,000 Bitcoin. So, you said you just bought $10 worth of Bitcoin. So, at $150,000 Bitcoin, that means your $10 worth of Bitcoin would be worth about $24. My bull case for this cycle is $250,000 to $300,000 Bitcoin. So $300,000 Bitcoin means your $10 goes to $47. And my Hail Mary, I don't really expect to see it. I think it's crazy to expect it. But if everything goes right, we print money, rates drop, election year, people are promising crazy things, money printers are turned on like crazy, ETF demand is incredible, retail is pouring into the crypto space. If all of that happens at the same time, then certainly $500,000 Bitcoin, which would make your $10 worth $79. That's just this cycle, though. I think Bitcoin is going to be $1 million plus asset in the next couple of decades, at least. Block number 7. Ant pool again. 17.6 Bitcoin. Wow, God, these are fast blocks. Holy shit. Another via BTC block with 12 BTC in total fees. Well, rip me. Rip Lincoin. Maybe I'll see one, a Lincoin block later today. Let me just zoom through the chat, make sure I haven't missed anything important or relevant here. Jeremy, you have a great night. Yes, everyone sign up for Sleep Money Club. There's a link in the description of this. Check it out. Wow. Fast blocks. They are getting slightly smaller, though. Block sizes. Not everybody's on your time, Action. Depends on where you get it from, but anywhere from like 4,000 to 5,000 or 6,000. Depends if it's hosted or not. Yeah, exactly. I have a sneaking suspicion that if I had to guess, I'd say Satoshi is no longer alive. If Satoshi is who I would think maybe was Satoshi. So it's important to know, Brent, that this is not extra Bitcoin being mined. Right now, every time you see a block move, there's only 3.125 Bitcoin being mined. No more than that. Everything else on top of that is fees. So that's sending, receiving, it's minting, it's inscribing, it's all that madness. That is paid for by people from their wallets to send things, to mint things, whatever. That does go to miners, and they might be selling all that, or they're hodling it, or they're selling a portion hodling it. But no, it doesn't immediately equate to sell pressure necessarily. At least Poolin has Lin in the name. Getting closer, I like it. Yes, if you're on one of these winning pools, which I've moved all my machines back to Lincoin, but I haven't seen Lincoin pop up in here yet. So yeah, across the board, profitability is up, but you have to be in the places where it's winning. But yeah, if you're on NiceHash still, hobbyist. Oh yeah, you're saying here, NiceHash treating me well still. Then probably people are speculating and they're spending money on hash rate, so you are winning. You're just not winning from the block rewards. Unless you're talking about NiceHash mining pool and not NiceHash selling your hash. Yes, you can check on what to mine. Absolutely. I guess technically I still have my S19K Pros on NiceHash, and I have all my other machines on Lincoin. So my NiceHash machines, let me look at those real quick. My 3 S19K Pros are at $60 a day for the 3 of them. So not like crazy at the moment. $25 to $30 a day. Yeah, my 3 say $60 a day, but that's close to what I'm seeing. Is it better to spend $5,000 on an Antminer S21 or for BTC and Robinhood? One of those is guaranteed how much Bitcoin you're going to get buying it. The other one, buying the miner, you are not guaranteed. It is much more of a gamble how much Bitcoin you're going to get. If madness like what's happening right now continues, or there's more times like this throughout the year that this happens, you could make way more Bitcoin by mining it than you can by buying it. We just don't know. It's just impossible to know what the future is going to look like. The math supports that in theory. What happens in practicality, don't know. Are we discussing about BTC halving or mining here? Yes, that's all we've been talking about. Now, we're going to the moon now. Get on the rocket ship. Time to take off. Hey Andy, new subscriber following your mining setup. I remember you said you hodl all your coins, paying electric out of pocket. Would you scale beyond that or too risky? What do you mean scale beyond that? Like beyond the amount of machines I have right now? Is that what you're asking? I'm probably going to add more. But yes, I'm still paying for my electric costs out of pocket. I'm still hodling every single bit of Bitcoin I've mined so far. Which, at this exact moment, I have mined in a year and a half 2.74 Bitcoin. And hopefully, if Lincoin gets with it, we hit a block, that number will go up. When you buy hash, a nice hash, do you get to pick the pool? Yeah, you can put whatever pool you want. You mine whatever and wherever you want. I am pool mining on Lincoin and not solo mining. Adjusting my question from earlier in the day after looking at prices more, 1 S21 or 3 S19K Pros? I mean, the S21 is still going to be more profitable than the 3 S19K Pros based on just a block reward of 3.125 Bitcoin. However, if this type of madness continues, obviously having an extra 160 terahash is going to be better. So yeah, it's just what you think is going to happen next. S21 is certainly safer of those two in terms of profitability, but S19K Pros buys you more hash rate, which gets you more Bitcoin. It's just not as profitable unless we're in situations like this and you're on one of the winning blocks. If you listen to Andy long enough, he will force you to buy more S21s. Danger, Will Robinson, danger. That's right. I'm a Bitcoin bull, and I'm a Bitcoin mining bull. The 10th block post-halving has happened with 17.6 BTC in fees for a total of $1.3 million or 20.7 Bitcoin, which went to SBI Crypto. Once upon a time, I used to mine on SBI Crypto. Yep, if you have to sell coins to cover electric when you buy more machines. Oh, will I do that? No, I'm not really interested in that. So no matter how many machines I buy, I want to be able to pay for, well, two ways to look at it. I either want to be able to pay for my hosting costs out of pocket and hold on to every single Bitcoin I mine, or I want my other passive income sources, my nodes and various things, to be able to pay for my hosting costs so I can keep all the Bitcoin. I would consider scaling past how much I can pay out of pocket if I could have one of my other passive income sources pay for it, which I have done in the past. I mean, I've got plenty of other sources to do that with. So that is a viable strategy if that's what you're asking. New subscriber here. Thanks for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. Stayed up late just for this. Well, congratulations. You stayed up late to witness history. Congratulations. I just want to ask, which mining pool server is profitable? Well, all mining pools, as long as they're hitting blocks, are profitable if you have the right equipment at the right electric rate. But if you want to know which ones are the most profitable right now, here they are. Via BTC, Antpool, Poolin, Foundry, SBI, these are all hitting massive blocks right now. A $200 node? At that small amount of money, John, I would look into running, I would do Grass, getgrass.io. I had already posted the link earlier in chat I'll post it again. It doesn't cost any money. It runs on a computer as a browser extension. You gain points, and those points will hopefully in the future allow you to get a big airdrop of their tokens. But you can also sell those points on Whale Market for 0.002 cents per point. And I've talked to a few people who are all for free, just running this on machines for free, are making $100 plus a month by selling points on Whale Market. Of course, you could make more than that if you hold them and you get a big airdrop allocation. But I mean, sub $200, I don't really know what else there is. I have to think about that one longer. Ruby Red, thanks for being here. Thanks for staying up with me to 2:30 in the morning. Hope you enjoyed this moment in history. Here's to the future. Yes, almost certainly. Build up those passive income sources, my friend. Lucky J, how much have you, S? How much have you, S? What does that mean? I think so, Felipe. Price keeps going lower, which kind of sucks, but it's good if you want to get in. I still have all 15 of my nodes running. I haven't sold any of my Neoxa yet. It's different strategies. Hobbyists will tell you nice hash, because you do win when people are hopping on there and speculating and trying to mine and get the SHA 256. They will pay a premium to you. However, you'd be making a lot more money if you happen to be on any of the pools that are hitting these fat blocks right now. So at this exact moment, it's probably far more profitable to be on these pools, but this might only last another hour, might last another day or 2 days. It might last a few weeks. We don't know how long it's going to last, and we don't know if the blocks will continue at this rate. They're already dipping a bit right now. Like this one's at only 14.6, 14.69, nice, Bitcoin and fees. But even at that, that's crazy profitable if you're on the winning pools. Endless Mining, thank you for the super chat. Happy Halving Day back to you. Thank you for that. Thanks for being here. Oh yeah, I'm going to be watching these like a hawk. Because again, 9 to 10 months ago, when ordinals were popping off in a bear market, my profitability doubled overnight. So I want more of that. Dan, my runes play is to hopefully be on the winning side of the transactions happening. I don't actually know much about runes. How much have you invested in your year and a half of mining with electricity costs included? Was it worth the 2.7 BTC mined to date? I've spent about $140,000 or $150,000 on all my Bitcoin mining machines, on all my Bitcoin mining NFTs. In that amount of time, in that year and a half, I've spent about $40,000 in hosting fees. So $190,000 spent. As of today, the Bitcoin holdings I have are worth like $175,000. And then my machines themselves, if I were to flip them and sell them today, I could probably get between $50,000 to $60,000 for those. So at this stage, USD wise, I am in profit. And it's only going to get more and more in profit, hopefully, as the year goes on. In terms of Bitcoin, if I had bought Bitcoin every time I put more money into machines and electricity and all that along the way, I would have right around 4 Bitcoin. If things go the way I think they're going to go, I should be at like 3.5 to 3.7 Bitcoin by the end of this year mined, not including fees, just including block reward. However, I could stand to make way more than 4 Bitcoin over the next year, year and a half if fees are crazy for a while now or crazy in the future. So that is where I'm at with Bitcoin mining. Yes, they are. We've been watching them live. They are wild times. Thank you for the super chat. I don't know what that currency is, but thank you very much. I just arrived. Welcome. And I would like to know why the blocks are giving so much reward. I am new to the world of miners. I love your content, and it helped me start my farm. Well, thanks for watching. Glad you are now mining. And the reason is because there's just so much demand on the network right now, so fees are shooting up. But likely, it seems that all the ruins action, which are BRC20s, if I recall correctly, are minting or being sent or whatever. There's probably also some speculation of people moving around Bitcoin in their wallets to exchanges in various places to capitalize on either price dropping or price going up or whatever. But the bottom line is that each block happening right now, there is very, very high demand to get transactions into these blocks. And because there's high demand to get transactions into these blocks, the fees are going up. And as the fees go up, the more people pile on, the fees get even higher. So right now, demand has just outstripped the normal, day-to-day fees that we have been seeing, and so fees are responding. That is the long and short of it. Thanks again for the super chat. Jim, I'm mining to Lincoin, so unfortunately I'm not involved in any of these blocks yet. I'm hoping one of these future ones are a Lincoin block. That would be amazing. I would love it if I'm probably not gonna stay on very much longer. My voice is failing. I've been on for 2.5 hours, which is pretty long for me to stream. But I was really hoping I'd see a block pop up here and it say Lincoin and have a huge wallop of Bitcoin on it. But no such luck yet. So if we expect Bitcoin to 2x or so within the next 12 to 18 months, isn't it more intelligent to buy 2 Bitcoin for 125,000 now to 2x to be 2x to be 4 BTC than buy miners and not ROI for years? What do you mean 2x to 4 BTC? If you buy 2 Bitcoin right now, you will only ever have 2 Bitcoin. You will never have more, William. And then not ROI for years. I've already, what you mean to say is break even, not ROI. You ROI on Bitcoin miners the day you turn them on. Return on investment is just you invest money, you get to make a return on that now. Break even is when you make all your money back. And you might have just missed it, but I've actually technically made all my money back on Bitcoin mining in less than 2 years. But also, I don't know if it's more intelligent or not. I'm not sure what you're looking for there. But if my thesis on Bitcoin mining is correct, I will make much more Bitcoin than I would have if I just bought it directly. But it's an unknown. There's a bunch of variables involved. The math supports that theory, but what happens in practice is, unknown in the future. As we're seeing right now, look at this last block. The block reward, William, is supposed to be 3.125 Bitcoin. But instead, the miners who were on SBI Crypto when block number 10 after the halving happened, 840,010, this pool made 20.7 Bitcoin. So, they made almost 7 times as much Bitcoin than was expected for them to make because the fees are going crazy right now. And part of my mining thesis is that fees are going to go absolutely apeshit in the next couple years. So if you buy Bitcoin, you will only ever have the Bitcoin you buy. But I'm a big proponent of that. I've bought most of my Bitcoin. I've just bought. But I love the Bitcoin mining experiment because it's a question mark. We don't know yet, and I could make way more. Jersey Jedi, thanks for being here. You have a great night too. Duval, my Casper mining is going great. My latest Casper mining purchase, my Bitmain KS3, has almost hit 50,000 Casper mined. I'm pretty happy with that progress so far. Still very profitable. Advise me where I invest my first $100. Anywhere. I think the big thing there would be to not just invest $100 and be done. It would be invest $100 and then try very quickly to make another $100, invest that, and then very quickly again invest another 100 and just put it on repeat. If your expectation is to invest $100 and then that to turn into life-changing money, the chances are almost zero that that will happen. You certainly could. It does happen from time to time, but 99.999% of people that never happens to. But the real answer is make as much money as you can so you can invest many times that. And if you're new to crypto, start with the fundamentals. Consider starting with Bitcoin. But do whatever you think the future looks brightest. Countdown has closed, but I don't see the price drops. What's the price at? Still in the 63 to 64? I mean, yeah, we have no idea what the price is going to do. Last cycle in 2020, that halving, the price dropped 14% a few days before the halving, but on the actual halving day, the price didn't drop. In fact, the week after, it only went up slowly. The months after, it went up slowly. 6 to 12 months after, it started going up rapidly. But we don't know what's gonna, yeah. I mean, 2 BTC will be worth twice as much, though. Yeah, absolutely. But hopefully that made sense to you. Like, what you buy today with Bitcoin is all you'll ever get. You can't earn more on top of that unless you buy more. With mining, you have the chance to earn more and get more, but it's certainly much more of a gamble. It's not a guarantee. But if you don't want any of the complication, you don't want to do something that's just nice in theory, the safer thing is certainly just to buy Bitcoin. I personally purchased my miners with leverage and paid them down already. Well done. And with mostly passive income, so my cash-on-cash returns on the miners are going to be astronomical. Well done. I don't recommend people use leverage to do that, but if you can and you feel safe and it's within your risk tolerance, then sure. Block number 840,011 just got hit by F2 Pool with total fees of almost 19 BTC. Nice. One of these days is going to be Lincoin. One of these days. I personally debated going back and forth. My mouth, my talking is getting tired. I'm at 2 hours and 40 minutes. You can tell. I personally debated back and forth between buying 30 S21s for 130K. I chose to just buy 2.05 BTC. Hey, that's a great decision. I think you'll be very happy. I mean, congratulations, William. Let me tell you something that you might already know, but if you don't, let me tell it to you. There is somewhere between 50 to 60 million millionaires on the planet Earth. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. So you are now in an elite class of people who actually own more than one full Bitcoin. So any way you slice it, you've done an incredible thing. Congratulations, way to go. If anybody can become a full coiner or a multi-coiner, you know, I'm going to cheer you on. That's a great thing to do. Now, could you have earned more than 2.05 Bitcoin with your 30 S21s? Absolutely. Is it guaranteed? No, not absolutely. So, you know, if you're going to err on the side of caution and safety, you probably did the right thing. If you're willing to roll the dice a little bit, then, you know, you can go the miner route. Me personally, I have way more Bitcoin just from buying it than I do from mining it. And I had that foundation first before I got into mining. So if I had to choose between mining and just buying, I'd probably start with just buying and then later go to mining. This whole day is freaking awesome. Do I think it's still early to mine Bitcoin? Yes. Are we too late? No. I have one mining rig hosted at Musk Miners. I own an S19K. I would love to get more miners in the future, but I'm a bit scared. I mean, if you're scared and you lay awake at night and you worry about money you put into miners or any investment, you shouldn't be in it. Don't be overexposed. Don't give yourself stress and anxiety. But no, we're not too late. Less than 1% of the world understands this stuff. It's still incredibly early. And good news, your S19K Pro will hopefully mine you Bitcoin between now and the peak of this bull run, and then maybe you sell it for a big profit and then keep all the Bitcoin you mined along the way. That's a winning combination. AJ, at this moment, it's feeling a little bit like that, yes. What must happen so Bitcoin goes overnight to 100K, 250K, or 500K? I think it's pretty unrealistic to expect us to do $100,000 overnight. But we need all the factors that are currently happening to continue happening, but increase. I've kind of talked about it off and on through this stream, but lots of factors. And this year's looking really good for all those factors. Okay, I'm just going to I miss a bunch of comments here. I'm not going to get to everybody because they're still pouring in pretty fast. Well, views, people watching is going back up. Do I keep streaming? I'll give another couple more minutes since there's a lot of interest. But man, I am... Andy's voice doesn't usually talk for this long to the camera straight. Another F2 pool block. Come on, Lincoin. Another 20 Bitcoin block. Crazy. Will Bitcoin go down below $60,000 due to the halving, or will it go up due to tension between... Will it go up due to tension between Iran and Israel? Well, it did go down because of that tension, from 70,000 to 60,000. And the answer is no one knows, Rommel. It might go down. We might have another correction. Or the prices we see now are the lowest they'll ever be. We don't really know. I think long term, though, everything's looking very, very bullish. Just had to mute my coughs there for a second. My voice is getting tired. Scroll way down here. Evil Mist, thank you for the super chat. Any new gems in AI besides in AI? I don't know what in AI is. Gems, I've been buying some Lil AI, Lil AI. They've got a pretty cool product and are AI related, and it's very, very small market cap, teeny tiny. So yeah, there's one for you that I've been adding to. Scroll back up here and see if there's any other interesting, relevant ones. How long would this last? No idea. Again, what I've been referencing the most on this stream is when ordinals were popping off about 10 months ago, and that was during the bear market. Those block rewards effectively doubled the profitability of being a miner, and that lasted about 2 weeks, a little less than 2 weeks. I got this hat on Amazon, I think. No, it's a solid back, whatever you call that. It's not a snapback. It's just elastic. So it just fits my head. I mean, it's like the large size. I got kind of a big melon, but... Should we look over at Mining Pool Stats site in the meantime and look at pools with the most hash rate? Sure. Mining Pool Stats is a great resource for that kind of thing. And yeah, you could just jump on whatever the biggest ones are and ride the wave. You could certainly do that. Wow, Jim, well done. I've been into mining since 2016. In the last bull, I sold and paid off my house at the age of 33, so now I'm just accumulating gain. Well done, my friend. Congratulations to you. I love hearing that. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Amen. Although I do have a lot of eggs in the Bitcoin basket, but not all of them. Well, I think that 132K, William, if $100 and some and $120,000 or whatever you said of it is 2 Bitcoin, I think it will be worth a lot more in a few years. You know, like 70% of my net worth is crypto, and 50% of my crypto portfolio balance is Bitcoin. So I definitely have a lot of exposure in my own self. Yes, S&P 500 is your friend if you scare really easily. Unfortunately, the S&P 500 has not beat inflation in the past several years, which does suck. But it is, you know, it averages 8 to 10% gains year over year over the past 100 years or whatever. So it is the slow and steady wins the race. But, you know, it hasn't been the hedge against inflation that Bitcoin has. But with Bitcoin, unfortunately, had the incredible volatility. And that's not even as bad as altcoins and stuff. Because if you look at like true-flation in the US, our actual inflation rate is like 24% or something. It's crazy. I mean, just go to the grocery store. Look at what prices are now versus what they were 5 years ago. It's just insanity. Paulina, congratulations. It's an elite group. Even if you just have 0.1% Bitcoin, you have more Bitcoin than is possible for every person on Earth to own. You don't need very much to be in the 1% of Bitcoiners. Diamond hands, love it. Automat, happy 420. Almost there, one more day. I really hoped this would happen on 420, but you know. Justin, thanks for being here. Glad you could be here. You have a great evening. Tayward. Tehward. That is my plan. I don't plan to sell my Bitcoin. I plan to hold my Bitcoin until it's worth, at the low side, $500,000 per coin. But more realistically, in my mind, for when I would start executing on this, would be $1 million+ Bitcoin. Is start borrowing against it. Do the game plan that the super rich do. Take your assets, borrow against them, pay yourself, live on that money. When your assets go up, take new loans out against it. Take that money, pay off your old ones, live on the money. Rinse, repeat forever. There's a reason the super rich are the super rich. Altcoin season will start after Bitcoin has its crazy all-time highs at peak bull market, and then money flows out of Bitcoin into alts. We're probably at minimum of 6 months, more likely 9 to 12 months away from that, though, or at least the start of that. You avoid that fee, that capital gains tax, by holding your Bitcoin for more than a year. Then it drops below 20% if you're in the US. Just type in Bitcoin hat in Amazon. It's a flexible one. Flexi hit Flexi Fit hat, I think. Some seller on there makes these. Jim, I mean, I think I just answered it for you, but I will not be selling any of my Bitcoin, most likely. I will 100% exit all of my alt positions this cycle. I will do my best to sell them off and when I think they're peaking out, and I will put those profits into my pocket. You know, get a different house or invest. You know, do dead simple index fund investments or just stack some money in savings accounts for a rainy day, whatever. I will take some of those profits and keep them in stable coins, and I'll put some of those profits and put them in Bitcoin. And of course, I'll pay taxes on all that. I have to save tons of money for all that. But profits on alts, not on Bitcoin, most likely is the plan. I'm hoping to come out of this cycle with even more Bitcoin than I entered it, which so far is looking like that's going to happen. Gargoyle King, good to see you. Why not sell Bitcoin high and buy back at the low? What's the high? What's the low? The problem with that, like, it's a great idea, and you could certainly try to execute on it, and maybe you will be successful. But no one knows what the high is. No one knows what the low is going to be. You could sell Bitcoin at $100,000 and go, okay, I sold the high. I'm going to wait until the next bear market. I'm going to buy back at like 30,000. But Bitcoin could then have so many market forces at play. It could go to $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 per coin this cycle. And then it corrects down to 150, and it doesn't go lower than 150 in the bear market. And you could completely miss your chance. So the only way for you to get back in is to buy back higher than you sold. So if you're going to do it with a portion, maybe that's a safer way to go about it. But it's just such an unknown. I dare not risk my stack, which I've been building for 7 years now, to try to time the market. Timing the market is nearly impossible. All of people fail at timing the market. There's a reason that like 80 to 90% of all day traders fail and never actually turn a profit. Time in the market almost always is more successful than timing the market. But the bottom line is it's very easy to say. It's very hard to do. But if you can do it and you're good at it, then do it. I mean, it's great. More power to you if you can. Man, 3 F2 pools in a row. This one was 26 Bitcoin, $1.668 million of Bitcoin. Wow. Hello. Oh, let's say hi to the stream. There you are. Hello. You want to talk? Hello. Do you understand what's going on right now? Probably not. Hello. She's talkative until I pick her up, and then she's just quiet. Ah, there we go. There's some talking. She had to see my wife over there holding some wet food for her. Then she's excited. Okay, I'm going to wrap this thing up in the next 5 or so minutes. Wow, it's already 9 o'clock my time. I have not been paying it. Time flies when you're having fun or when you're watching the Bitcoin halving. Doug Disk, good to see you. Seems like these Bitcoin fees hit mostly the top 5 largest BTC mining pools. Yes. Joe Cool, good to see you. Invite everyone here to join the historic journey in Sleep Money Club. Yes, if you haven't joined Sleep Money Club, there is a link to it in the description. Join Sleep Money Club. Get all the insider information. It is a very scary time if you have higher electric rates, for sure. Although right now it's not very scary, but it probably will get scary soon. I don't know who Giovanni is, but I would proceed with skepticism to anybody who says Bitcoin will never do something. Every model out there, every projection has basically been proven wrong. Every expert who has one right prediction has 100 wrong ones. I mean, could I see that as a potential truth? Yes, I could see that we won't go below 60, but to state that with confidence, watch out for people like that. What wallet do you use to hold your coins? If you're talking about Bitcoin, one of the best ones that's easy to use that I would recommend people look at is Trezor. If you want a Bitcoin only wallet and you're a little bit more of an advanced user, there's a fly in here, then Cold Card Wallet is great. Man, get out of here, fly. And if you're looking for like more altcoins and various things, I have recently tried the Andy's brain is tired at this moment. What is the Tangem? I've been recently playing with that one. Were we at 420 likes? Nice. Very good. Personally, I think every entry at this stage is a great entry because I think the price of Bitcoin is going to be like twice as high as it is today in a year's time. But, could you wait a little bit and get a better entry? Maybe. I don't know. Need a nice CK solo block, please? I'll put in a good word for you with the CEO of Bitcoin. Red Blue, yes. We're now 13 blocks past the halving. It has happened. Happy early 420 to you in Germany. Endless Mining, thank you again for another super chat. I predict people watching to hit the like button. If you're watching and you haven't hit the like button, do so, please. That's up to you. It's a bet between how much you're going to make from selling hash rate to how much you're going to make by being on a winning pool right now. Best brokerage to trade crypto? I don't really do trading, but I don't also buy crypto in brokerages. Some people use Robinhood. I usually buy crypto on exchanges or DEXs, decentralized exchanges. Yes, this was my prediction earlier, Goat. I think it's a good one. I have not looked at those at all, other than hobbyists telling me that they were coming out and stuff. It's pretty crazy. I'm just not much in the world of script miners, so I'm probably the wrong person to ask about that one, unfortunately. Michael knew. He knew what I was trying to say, despite my brain fart. How much do you need to earn about 4K a month passively, even in the bear market? That strategy could wildly, depending on how much risk you're willing to take on. You spend, like you have a bunch of flux nodes like me, have like $500,000 worth of flux. You could do that. You could make that amount. But you could also make that amount with like a few $1,000s. As you said, take on a lot of risk. Okay, there's a lot of things in the chat. I'm just gonna scroll through here. There's 3 minutes left before I've been on here for 3 hours, so I'm gonna go ahead and call this. Let me just see if there's any last little things that look interesting to talk about. But if you've been here this whole time, thanks for watching. This might be my longest stream ever. Mimo TV, my prediction on this fourth halving, price go up long term. And other coin you think will beat all-time high? I think lots of coins will beat their old all-time highs if we get into alt season. But that's a ways away. Jersey Jedi, check their Discord. I think they did announce some stuff. I think it's next month, May. Where's the catnip, Dad? She does like catnip. Who made a prediction about the transaction cost after halving? I mean, I've certainly been tooting the horn of fees for a while now. Gold membership says crash incoming. Okay. Can Bitcoin at 3x? Yes. It just needs enough inflow. We're at 63, let's call it 64,000 right now. $192,000 Bitcoin? Yeah. We can certainly do that this cycle if the factors go right. Even the cat agreed. Right? Okay, my friends. This has been a fun one. If you've been here this whole time, thank you for watching. If you've even been here for part of the time, if you were here and witnessed having history with me, thank you so much. I appreciate you. This was a fun one. A lot of people watched, so thank you very much if you watched. I'm very interested to see what happens next with these fees. Do these fees continue? Will we all become rich from fees? What's the price going to do? Is it going to correct? Is it going to crash? Is it going to stay the same? No one knows, but we will find out over the next coming weeks and months. But it's Friday for a lot of you, if you're in the U.S. like me. So thank God it's Friday. Congrats on making it through the week. Hope you enjoy your weekends. Happy halving day for you. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.